Hello, we're Sad Ghost Club, and today we're going to talk about mental health and university. There was a study that I had a look at recently that 1 in 4 students struggle with mental health problems, so I thought it'd be a good topic to talk about. If you haven't watched videos before, I'm Laura.
I'm Helen.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Liz.
And I thought maybe we could just start with saying what university we went to and what we studied, because we all went to university. So I went to a weird university. I went to the National Bakery School in London, and I studied baking technology management.
Which you would not guess.
I went to Bath Spa University and I studied fine art.
I went to the University of Wales, Newport, and I studied animation.
And I went to Plymouth College of Art and I studied illustration. 1 in 4, that's high.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, how did everyone feel about their mental health? Mine, to be honest, was awful at university. How did everyone else feel about it?
Mine was bad, but I think it ebbed and flowed a lot. And I think also I didn't know that it was my mental health, if you know what I mean. I thought it was a lot more my circumstance, but looking back, I think it was my brain as well. Like not being able to cope with the circumstance.
I had a great time at university. I think maybe perhaps it was after university and the lack of support that made me feel bad.
Post-grad. So we're 3 in 4 that had a bad time.
Yeah, well, did you have...
Well, yeah.
Offer.
Yeah, I definitely struggled, especially during my 2nd and 3rd years because of some stuff that was going on outside of university, which was quite difficult to deal with,
Did you all feel like your main sort of cause of stress was at university?
Not doing enough work,
Yeah.
definitely. And I feel like I've only now, and I graduated 4 years ago, I've only just learnt that one of the main ways to combat that is to actually do the work.
Yeah, there's the fear
on time.
of like not doing it, and then the deadline
letting
comes
it build up.
Yeah, but when you're doing a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
But I don't know how people learn that. It's
I don't
such
know.
a hard lesson.
Yeah, just trial and error, I think.
Yeah.
Like my dissertation, I just put off and off and off and then had a meltdown.
I was quite fortunate in the sense that I had made quite a solid group of friends at university. I went in kind of having existing issues with anxiety and depression anyway, but the worst part was definitely stuff that was, going on in my personal life at the time that caused me the most amount of stress. That was quite difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I think the main ones that were in this study was money was one that can cause issues with your mental health, because as a student sometimes you can really struggle with money, because my loan didn't come in until the 2nd year.
Yeah, I had that as well.
I had no money in the first year. So that was something that I really struggled with. And studying is another thing. Feeling like you're not prepared. You go in and all of a sudden there's all this work and you're not prepared for the amount. Or managing your own time is another thing with studying. Finding a job after as well is one of the big things.
You need experience in order to get a job, but without any experience prior, then you won't get a job.
This is the big thing. It's just this catch-22 of that's, and what I struggled with was I had a job in a bakery and it was a minimum wage job, and then I went to university hoping to get into something better, then leaving and finding out that I could still only get a minimum wage job, so it was just kind of pointless.
Yeah, that must have sucked.
Yeah, that was kind of frustrating. And another thing is friendship and socialising, and the combination of personal life, so other friends from or family, like personal life and uni. Balance is another thing. So they're like the main things that people struggle with. Yeah, how did everyone find it with a job afterwards? I said that I gave up. The going to university kind of made me realise that it wasn't what I wanted to do as a job. But how about anyone else's experience with finding a job afterwards?
Well, I was super stubborn and I didn't want to get a job. I just wanted to be a freelance illustrator.
Which is a job.
Yeah, but like I wasn't going about it like a job. I wouldn't apply for agents or commissions because I didn't think my work was at a standard I wanted to send out. So I kind of was like, no, I'm just gonna work on myself and my work. But that just meant that I had no money and was not getting any jobs, and I should have just plunged in, I think.
Yeah.
So that was quite negative, because as well, like, if your main goal is just to make work, I didn't leave the house, like, I had no other goals to reach, and I didn't socialise or anything, so it just all went pretty much. But then, I don't know, it started to pick up, I guess.
Well,
eventually, here I am.
Yeah, you've got a job in what
Yeah.
you studied. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
it just took
Relevant.
It just took time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you created the job yourself,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think
another thing.
that definitely came from my stubbornness to not want to work for somebody and stuff. And I was a cleaner for a while, and that was horrible. So after that, I was like, no.
No more.
Yeah, just gonna work harder.
Yeah, I think once you apply what you envision yourself doing and what you actually want, because you can come up with all these great ideas of what you want to grow up to be, but only when you start applying those things do you see yourself getting there.
Yeah,
I think that's what I'm learning.
Yeah, and you have to take the steps.
Yeah.
And also coming out of uni, you realise it's all really tiny steps.
Small steps.
Like, especially in the arts, I think, like, you don't just get a job doing what you wanted.
Yeah.
You have to, like, build and build and build. I think I wasn't really prepared for that.
Yeah. It's hard to feel resilient in a market where you know that the majority of people are going to say no to you before someone says yes to you.
Yeah,
And you do just need to, like, hold on for that yes.
yeah,
Because it will come if you keep asking.
yeah.
Going back to being at university,
Yes.
were you aware of mental health services at university? Because I had no idea. I didn't even think about going to.
No.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I was lucky enough that one of my lecturers recommended me to go and get a test for dyslexia, and that was very helpful. But with mental health services, I didn't even know anything about it.
I didn't know anything about it, and again, like, I didn't know what I was experiencing was necessarily a mental health issue.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what was going on, and I thought that I would just feel like that forever, and then it wasn't an issue.
What do you think could be done at universities to help you know that these facilities are there? What do you think would be helpful? I don't know.
I don't know, like, I think they just have to tell the students more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, actually try and include it in the lessons, and I think tutors as well.
Yeah, I feel like tutors maybe should have mentioned, because
Yeah.
nothing got mentioned to me at all. There wasn't posters or anything around.
Yeah,
I don't know if
same.
it's different now, because
Yeah.
I went to university 5 years ago maybe, I can't remember.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
But
a
hopefully
while.
it's a lot better than it was, because from what I've seen, people that have used the mental health services at university, it's really, really good, and they've had really positive feedback. So, yeah, maybe it's a lot better than it was when we were
Yeah,
there.
because
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any kind of services. Maybe there were, but I wasn't aware of any mental health services. And I would have actually felt too embarrassed to use them
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
I
the
think
university.
same.
I wasn't
Yeah.
at that age, because it wasn't until after I left university that I realised that I was struggling with my mental health. So that was another issue. There could have been posters like plastered everywhere, and I just
Yeah.
didn't see them because I didn't think it was an issue.
Yeah, and you have to, with things like that, and especially mental health, you have to see, like, you have to know what the symptoms are and stuff to know if that's what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
Because else you just think, like, yeah, that is just you, and that is just how you're going to be.
Yeah. So without the services, because we didn't use the services, did you have any other things that you did? Did you have any friends that you spoke to, or family, or?
I remember I didn't feel like I could come, like, out to my friends and say how I was feeling. but I remember I suffered really badly with trichotillomania at uni.
Do you want to say what that is?
Yeah, it's like a manifestation of anxiety and stuff, but trichotillomania is like pulling your hair out. And it got to the point in my first year where I had a massive bald patch at the back. And one of my housemates just went like, "Oh, you've got a massive bald patch." It's just, that was it. Like, I was like, oh, I can't tell anybody now. And I didn't know that it was anxiety related either. I just knew it was a thing that I did.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Yeah, university is a weird environment because when you're in a I feel like it's not a natural environment where you go to people that you're used to being around. I feel
you're
like
thrown in.
You're sort of thrown in with people that you usually wouldn't talk to.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I usually am with people that are very open about how they feel and talk about their mental health, but with university there wasn't really anyone that was very open about it. So I didn't really feel like I had many people to talk to. I had like one really good friend that we talked about stuff all the time. So I was quite lucky with that.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything in uni, or is there anything you've learned now that you wish you knew at uni?
I think definitely forcing myself to do stuff even when I feel like I can't. I think I wish I'd done that at uni.
Do you have an example?
Well, like just not going into lessons.
Yeah.
Ugh, so bad. And for an art degree as well, you can kind of palm it off like, oh, I'll do the work at home.
And then you don't. Yeah.
But I felt so good when I went in. And it would just be the morning. You'd be like, I can't. And it's just like, if I just pushed past that, I would have done so much more work. I know that now.
I was the same.
I feel like the best feeling going to uni for me was knowing I would do my work at the studio and then I would walk home and feel like I was in the exact correct position that I was supposed to be in.
Yeah,
so I think,
it's a good feeling, right?
Yeah, sitting down with yourself and knowing whether it's for you or not is a good question to ask.
Yeah, definitely. And you can, like gut feeling, if it feels wrong like it did for you, Laura, like stop.
Yeah, that was what I struggled with because I pushed myself so much to go to university and I finally got there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what I thought. But I'd worked so hard and I just kind of felt like I was trapped.
Yeah.
And it was the risk of if I go home and like will I miss anything? And I'm glad that I stayed and did the foundation.
Yeah,
because then
well
I learned that I didn't have to get the full degree. At least I got a foundation.
Yeah.
And it was also I didn't have to do something in it. Like if I wanted to, I could. And if it doesn't matter, there is so many other options that I could have gone for.
Yeah.
But I can't think of stuff that I learned. I think it is just getting out of the, because you're in halls in the first year. Well, most people are in halls in the first year, and I think what I wish I'd done is got out more, because in halls it's this tiny room, and you just get stuck.
You do seclude yourself,
Yeah, and I just kind of got stuck in, and I didn't go out into the kitchen and socialise, but I didn't really drink, and that was quite a big part of the halls I was in. Everyone drank, and that's how they socialised, so I kind of felt very left out. But I did isolate myself.
Yeah, same, definitely. I did not join in at all.
I definitely forced myself to go out and socialise with everyone.
Jan.
Thank you. It was really tough, but through doing that, me and my housemates during first year, we actually all became quite close.
Well, like it had a positive effect on you. Like if we'd done that.
It was really nerve-wracking, but I was also sort of driven by a fear of being left out as well. If I didn't do that.
I did learn as well that you don't have to do everything. Like there was one time I went out and I realised I was going out with people that I really didn't like, and they were doing things that I didn't feel comfortable with, and I wasn't enjoying myself. And I knew that's not what I wanted to do. And then there was another time that I went out with a different group of people and had a really nice time. It's just learning.
You have to chop and change.
Because with university, it isn't the norm. Like when I lived in Cornwall when I was younger, I knew the places I liked going, I knew the friends that I felt comfortable with, and then at university you have to learn it all again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
To
was
shake everybody's hand and
Yeah.
learn who they are
Yeah.
and see if you
Yeah.
want to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I felt really
Just reminds me
proud.
of Freshers Week when everyone was like so desperate to make friends.
Yeah.
Everyone was just like saying hi to each other and asking, well, what course are you doing? Like, oh, I'll see you at some point.
Yeah.
Never talk to them again.
Man, I just did not care about making friends.
Yeah,
I'm doing art.
Freshers Week, it's because, well, we went when we were a bit older. I can't remember when I think it was 21 or 22. And that kind of isolated me as well because everyone else in my halls was
Yeah, I
younger
can
than
imagine,
me.
yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't fit in with the freshers. Even though it's only a small age gap, it
Feels like
felt
a lot
like a lot
more,
more, and I
yeah.
just felt really like left out. I didn't do much with freshers.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I remember watching the Sesame Street channel on YouTube fondly. That really helped me in second year.
Nice, chill.
Yeah, that was when I was having the worst time. And it got to a point actually where I phoned up my parents and said, like, I think something's wrong.
Yeah.
And they were really good about it. And they also talked to my tutors. So I got like extensions on deadlines and stuff.
Yeah.
But still after that, there was no like, oh, maybe you should go to your GP or anything.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, you cool now? Good. You handed in? Great. Like,
Yeah.
that was it. It's a bit rubbish. But then it was 8 years ago. Yeah.
I think perhaps tutors don't think that that's necessarily a part of their job.
Yeah, true.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, I
perhaps it
don't know
isn't,
whose
but-
job it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
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 And I went when I was 18, so yeah, at 19, with stuff happening in my personal life as well. Like, I just didn't know how to look after myself at all.
That's the thing with university for some people, because I went when I was older. I'd lived on my own before.
Yes, no, never.
Yeah, so when you go to university, for some people, it's this
Culture shock.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not.
You have to wash your own clothes.
It is a
Yeah.
culture
Well,
shock.
dishes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like all
Yeah.
of my white t-shirts were just dark colours for the whole of uni. I think as well you take for granted how much of a support system your family at home can be or were, because not having them, like I never really thought of them as a support system, but not having it there was detrimental,
Yeah.
I think.
That maybe give one piece of advice to the sad ghosts watching.
I think my advice would be don't kid yourself about how much work you're doing. Like, just be honest, and if you think you could be doing more, do more. Like, the amount you do at uni is only going to put you in good stead when you leave. And it took me 3 years after graduating to get here because I didn't do work at uni. And if I had, it would have been half that time.
I think the biggest thing about uni is you want to leave in art, you want to leave with a portfolio that you're happy to take to someone who you want to hire. I think that's a really important part that
yeah,
I
that's
didn't
good
know.
advice, yeah.
I didn't really consider.
I'd say try not to compare the work you're doing with the amount of work other people are doing. Try not to get bogged down with, oh, their sketchbook is way thicker than my sketchbook. Oh, their painting is like way bigger than my painting, or the equivalent of whatever other course. Just focus on your own work.
Yeah, and be proud of what
Yeah,
you've done,
be proud of
right?
what you're doing.
Yeah,
I wish
for
I'd
sure.
done that.
And I asked everyone to give a tip, and I can't think of one.
What was the favourite thing you baked, seeing as yours is so different?
Yeah.
What are you most proud of?
Winning the pasty championships.
Oh,
One-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I came second
That was
one-
amazing.
one
We're in the
year.
presence of a pasty mastermind.
Yeah, I entered the World Pasty Championships 2 years. I came second once.
So good.
Third the other. Very proud.
Well done.
Pretty good.
But yeah, I can't think of a tip. I did that without uni though. That was something I'd learnt before.
Oh,
There
I
you go.
guess
There's
you don't have to
maybe
go
it's
to
the
Yeah,
tip.
that's my
win a pasty
You don't have to go
competition.
to
That's my
uni.
tip. You don't have to go to university.
Yeah, I think that's a very
don't-
good tip.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is.
regret going to university because it's got me where I am now, even
Yeah.
if it's not anything to do with my job now. But it's something that you feel like you have to do when in reality there's so many other options you
Yeah.
can go for.
Yeah.
You don't have to
For sure.
prescribe to the
Yeah.
notion that just because everybody else is doing it, that you need to do it as well.
Yeah. Like before I went to university, I'd had lots of different full-time jobs, and I'd also done an apprenticeship as well. So yeah, there's lots of different options that you can go for, not just university.
What we should end on is, if you are at uni and you are experiencing a bad time, and you are experiencing a bad time, I can't say that.
If you're going through a hard time
At uni,
you
should talk to people about it.
Yes.
Because people, like, we didn't talk to people, but I don't feel like any of the friends I made there would have looked down on me for doing so. You know, like, people are decent, and sometimes you've got to start the conversation.
Yeah, it's a really hard thing to do, and if you feel like you can't talk to people around you, as in friends, or there is facilities at university.
Yes.
There is. So
Google it.
yeah, Google it,
Make
try
the
and
most.
find it on the website.
Or go to the doctors.
Yeah, or go to the doctors.
I didn't register for the whole time I was at
Really?
uni, and I wish I had.
Register with a GP.
Yeah, register with a GP
That's
and
another
just go and
tip.
chat and talk about how you feel.
I think try GP, and also try the facilities at uni, because I feel like they might be better. If anyone has any experiences about mental health, write it in the comments. It'd be really nice to see how people felt about it at how they felt at university. So yeah, if you want to comment about your experiences, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And yeah, thanks for watching.
Can we
Thanks for
show
watching.
Una?
Oh yeah,
We've got Una
There's a
down here.
baby!
Una's awake now. She slept the whole time.
Hey, what's up?
She looks so much bigger than the last poopy video.
Bigger
Hello,
and
Chubbins.
bolder.
Yeah, wide eyed.
Hello, Chubbins.
You gotta wait for the camera, Una. Turn your head. Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.